Did that happen? That's some... Doesn't register. Okay. Well, that's fantastic. Why did you do that? Interesting, okay. I don't understand why that happened. Let's go with... Come rescue me, Sam Focals. Oh, wait. No, wait. Okay. Not as much as the other guy, but might as well make some money. Okay, that's interesting. That worked. What's going on here? All right. Go. Good. Why does this keep on jumping?
You have accomplished nothing. Literally nothing.
Like, nothing at all. Nothing. It does nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Alright. Well, we got nothing left to trade. So... back to the fancy box. GK! How you doing? Where is home? Restarted. Something's happening with the connection. I don't know what's happening. It's like skippy. It's like it keeps on buffering. Prepare for warp. Oh, mining facility. Not where we want to go. There it is. Warp engaged. I don't know why it's doing this. You can see a large fluctuation in the transmission speed. That's frustrating. I don't understand why, though. That's the part I'm curious about. How's work? Hopefully all is well. Not too many meetings. Let's go with Drifting Thoughts. All right. I think next time I'll have to make sure that I log out and log in to make sure this doesn't happen. So if I think about it, I haven't logged out and logged in for a while now. Undoubtedly frustrating now. I didn't start any interesting. Where's my food processor? Can it be in the constructor list? Oh, it's separate. Okay. It's gonna make emergency rations. Interesting. Not that many vegetables. Ooh. Almost missed my mark. Oh. Come on, Lucy. Why are you turning? Oh. stopping me. There we go. Finally. And let's do the rest of the farming. Keep those emergency rations flowing. I seem to be eating them. What do you mean inventory full? Can't be that much stuff in there. Really? I don't really see anything in here that's... Oh, I do have a lot of... Let's have a pizza then. And a sandwich. And another sandwich. And another sandwich. It's like these don't do anything. All the sandwiches. Sandwiches took up a lot of space. Grr. Why do I have these? I don't need them. Where did I put the ammo? Where did I put all the guns? Oh, the cargo box for that? I feel like I should have a lot more. Ah, here they are. Oh well. Really? What else am I carrying that's so heavy? I want all of the bullets. Alright. I don't know. It's full. Oh, look at how many alien teeth we have in there. I might explain it. Because I'm not really using them, that's a problem. What didn't do diddly squat. I should probably. Oh man. Come on. I guess. Here's some space. Okay. Wait, is that enough? That's enough. Good. Let's go with Break in the Clouds. I really want to change this, because this makes me unhappy. Very aware that my ship is pink. Its name is literally Pinky. Where'd all this... Oh, I must put it somewhere else. Good. Oh, fuel tanks. The security doors as well. Okay. First of all... Oh no, that's wrong. Wait. Oh, I know what's wrong. Only everything. Okay, it's all good. No, wait, that's right. Something is wrong here. Because this is supposed to be glass and these are supposed to be... Are these not positioned in the same place? 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Oh. Okay, I got it. I understand why now. These are upside down. Hello, Doris. Right, well, at least we can do it correctly on this side. So it would be... like this. And... that. Solid here. Solid. Probably put solid along here as well. That's okay. This feels a little bit off. This side is good. Now we need to check the other side. What is happening? I'm losing frames here, left and right. Speed is fluctuating so much. Hmm? Oh, alright. Yep. Block. No. Yes. Oh, dang it. Oops, I did it again. Let's go with sonic vibrations. Seems to have stabilized that. Now, go and check the top for this one. Grr. I see it now. Should be 2. No, that doesn't make any sense. Let me put any up here. Okay. I need another spot for fuel tanks. Maybe somewhere on the other side. This hopefully will be far enough away where it won't blow up. Something comes through here. Right now, I wanted to take a look at no, I want to take a look at this side. So if I can push these out by 2 blocks. So we'll actually be ending here. This will be the end. There. And this box, which is, I'm pretty sure, just a straight block and cut corner C. This is not a straight block. Go. Then we bring the glass out. We expand it even more. Right. Make it so that it's 3 blocks, and then the cut corner C. And we do this. And then it curves. Because we can just, because this isn't pushing the top out. 1, 2 blocks. Is it? No, it's not. Go. From here, goes down 1, 2 blocks, right? So it would go one, 2 blocks. But it also go 1, 2 blocks at the top. Oh, this actually offers possibilities. What am I gonna do here? I need to make this glass bigger. I need to make this whole area bigger. That would be 1, 2. Then it would go over. Well, technically be over from here. Oh, excuse me. Grab connector. What is this piece? What another Rhapsody? Yeah. Or cut corner C. Maybe. I see. Okay, so there we go. Oh, but it's not there. It's here. Guessing this will be. Oh. It's on the inside of this. Go. There she is. Oh, interesting. Ah. What the? Oh, I see. Not actually that piece. Or is it? No, it's not. It looks like it should be this piece. But that wouldn't fit unless this piece is a ramp B or cut corner B. Which no. Okay, well this is definitely a wall piece. So that's definitely this. And like that. And after that comes this. So that's okay. question is this one? No. Oh, wait a second. Is it the wall piece as well? It is, I bet you it is. Like that. Yep. There we go. Well, that wasn't complicated at all. And I feel like this piece is wrong. Which is... Okay, so this is good. That gives us this here, where we can place the turret. Or I'm thinking maybe we can even push the turret a little bit out. Actually gives us a possibility to put in. Because this is at the end of that, right? So we could put in another 2 turrets here. Like in this section. And in this section. So definitely more turret potential there. And then across here in the back, more turrets. The glass is greatly expanded. It'll go all the way down to here and out, and then there'll be a massive area. And as far as looks is concerned, I think that will have a better look. Did I drop any? No. Yeah, I definitely like that better. For now, until I see it completed, then I'll make a decision. But that, and then I guess the problem becomes the rocket launchers, because this is right next to the thrusters, or future thrusters, so that might be a slight complication. Although, if we run the rocket launchers between, we put the rocket launchers here and here on either side, they become between the turrets. I don't think they're going to block the turrets that much. So that's a thing. But then again, turrets will be on the same level, which means they all won't be able to fire across each other, which I don't think is really going to be a problem, per se. I don't think I'll be shooting directly down or directly up onto anything. So yeah, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave this here. I'd like to see it more completed so I can make a decision. I'll build this out around the inner one and see what it looks like when I'm done. Too bad we can't put the turrets at a 45-degree angle. That would be awesome. But sadly you can't do anything at a 45-degree angle, which makes sense because of the square overlapping. Anywho, yep, that's all she wrote. Let's check the board. Board says, finish Pinky, start the brain, make more storage, consider options. Nothing has changed on the board. And we need to continue making Armor for sale. Because, you know, 9 million is not enough. We need more. We need so much more. I mean, Lucy isn't even really finished. Lucy's been, like, gray and not exactly beautiful on the inside. Very, very generic. Is simple. Bare necessities. That's good. That's not doing anything. Is it done making the aluminium? It has. Alright, well in that case we can make all of the other things. Neo. Sathium. That is unfortunate for people who are playing Reforged Eden. But if we can convince Tic Tac to play Reforged Eden, then I guarantee you he will find a way to make money, because that's his skill. Trust me, I'm pretty sure that Tic Tac will be able to figure it out if you can convince him to play Reforged or Reforged Eden. He'll find a way to make money. Otherwise, he'll have to adapt his whole playing strategy differently. Alright, so we've used up all of the aluminium. And we don't have any plating in here to make any Xeno blocks. I really think we need Xeno blocks. Well, that's no fun. Let's just make it difficult. Oh. This has to be the Dark Souls of Empyrion. Because, you know, only experienced players should play it. And yet they're recommending it to new players. I don't get the logic. Alright, so we do have plenty of Xeno blocks left. I mean, it's supposed to be something that people move on to after they've gotten bored of vanilla, which I can understand. And you would want it to be a challenge. You want it to be different. You want it to be more difficult. But I just don't think that you should be recommending it to new players. You know what I mean? That's my personal opinion, is let the new players enjoy vanilla. And once they're bored with vanilla, then they can move on. $25 shotguns to trade for 1 EVA. Wow. And I found my EVA at the mission, the root beer mission. That's where I found an EVA in one of the lockers. I don't, you know, it's just my opinion. I've been playing this vanilla for what, 3,000 hours now, 3,200, and I'm still finding things to do, you know, and every update gives you more things to do and changes things. So it's like, you won't be able to experience any of that stuff if you go to RE, because, you know. Oh, the missions don't work. That's a slight oversight. 8? Do I need 8 or do I need 16? I want to put in the detector next time as well. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but Escarly, you enjoy the creative aspect of it, right? And here's the thing, right? If you go to RE, you're not going to be able to build, right?
You have accomplished nothing. Literally nothing.
Like, nothing at all. Nothing. It does nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
So you'll end up being, I mean, like, you won't be able to build it for Reforged Eden until you've played Reforged Eden. And the other thing is, people are building for Reforged. I mean, obviously, I don't think Eden actually changes anything in the, like, it doesn't add any stuff, so 2K Neo, oh wow. You can't stand the CPU and other things. You don't agree with the way that they balanced it? Is that what you're saying, Scarly? Yeah. Well, you know, everybody has their opinions about that, but probably I would say you're somebody who builds for the game, so, you know, you've already set yourself up. CPU thrusters damage CPU. Even the way the damage isn't. I can get my server through that. Well, I mean, you'd have to go to the workshop, Go-Kart, and find starters that people have built for Reforged, right? Otherwise, the stock stuff won't work. Not only that, but because you're the one who's introducing your friends to it, you'd have to be the one with all the blueprints. Let's... I need to put in the warp drive as well. So many things. An old PC with a dedicated server, it launches, runs, etc. Port forwarded to my router. But I can't see it in the list. I think I've seen that, Scarly. I think I've seen it where it's like... It explodes across like a path, almost. It looks kind of cool, but it also doesn't look realistic for space, right? It looks more realistic for ground stuff, unless they're, well, I suppose they are using magnesium. Magnesium would burn pretty hot in space, but it would still need oxygen to burn. Launches, it runs, etc. Forward in the router, but I can't see it in the list. But you do know the IP address, so you could connect to it directly through the IP address, can't you, Go-Kart? And that's what you'd have to do with your friends as well. It's just give them the IP of the server address as it appears on the internet. Doubled explosions over vanilla. You can't even do a direct connect. Is that for vanilla that you're having that problem? Because it's on your local network. So if it's on your local network... Okay, so... Oh, wait. People complain about Elion doing various things, but it's the prime example of how the game has to do it properly. I mean, Scarly, if RE explosions were in vanilla, then everybody would be doing exactly what they do in Reforged, which is build everything out of Zeno. Because, you know... Huh. You know what you might do? You might try to connect just a dumb hub. Like, I think Netlink has, or Netgear has like a cheap, you can buy them for like $15, like a 4-port hub, right? Connect your old computer and your new computer via LAN to an old hub. To the dumb hub, and then connect the dumb hub to the router and see if you can see it that way. It'd hurt the game big time. I mean, here's the thing, Scarly. When I first started playing, my first 1,000 hours were mostly on the first planet. I didn't leave the first planet. I was in a public base, so I didn't have to worry about Zirax attack. And I had fun just driving a hover vessel around and dealing with the stuff that was on the planet. And then later on, I mean, what experienced players would consider the mid-game, for me, was just barely leaving the starter planet and going to the moon. Right? And that's like my first 1,000 hours. Almost. Right? It's just me doing that. Me just enjoying being on a planet and surviving on the planet. Getting a farm up, building a base, painting it. You know what I mean? That was enjoyable for me. Taking over another base, you know, building it up, going to the moon, taking over the drone base on the moon, collecting resources in order to be able to build like the tank that I wanted to build, or and starter vessel, starter CVs were the CVs. Like, there was no late game CV for me. It was just the starter CV was my CV. Right? And I see a lot of people who enjoy that part as well. And sure, there's a big universe out there, but there's no rush. The only problem is that they keep on forcing us to update, and that's where the rush comes from. I want to go out and see the universe before they update it again. I have to start. And I don't want to put too many hours into building a nice base because, you know, I'm going to be forced to restart. All the work that I do is just going to go to waste. The best thing I can do is like build a ship and live on a ship and not even bother with bases because I'm going to be out in space. Right? So the nature of the game has kind of changed. The push to constant restarts has forced a certain play style, right? And honestly, like, I don't know what their aim is. What type of game do they want it to be? Like, when I talk to you, Scarly, I think that the game should be build a CV as quickly as possible and just attack everybody. Right? Just blow up everybody. Just go to war constantly. But it's a survival game. It's not a war game. Right? There's a lot of people in the world who just want to go to work. They don't want to go out and battle and be CEOs and start a company. You know what I mean? Like, different people want different things from the game. And for Elion or Vermilion or Rivian to have a vision of what they expect the players to do versus what people actually want to do is a completely different story. Vanilla 1.2 crashed when warping, when upgrading to 1.3. Alpha 12 was the last time you were forced to restart. Well, then the game is very buggy still, and it shouldn't have gone to beta. It should have stayed in alpha. Right? Because why did I come to Season 5? I came to Season 5 because well, actually, technically, I had to restart my computer, but I had to restart my computer because it locked up. Now, I don't think that's because of my computer. It's a pretty powerful computer, 64 gigs, 11 gigs on the video card, 16 cores. So I don't see why it would lock up, other than missing optimization of the game. And that's something that you should fix before you go to beta. Fix the basic framework of the game. Make sure the netcode works. Make sure that the game doesn't bug out, for whatever reason. And honestly, because every time I go into creative and I load up the BMG, I get this warning: virtual audio channel, blah 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 blah. And every single time that something has happened where the computer is locked up, I've noticed that it has something to do with the sound. And I think that's where part of their problem may be. Something to do with the code that manages the sound is causing locks. In combination with other things, like trying to render stuff at the same time. You take your time. I build an SV, go around, starting system, not a CV, to go to war. Well, I did that. But war came to me, right? The beginning of Season 4, I was just floating around in an SV. I did my warping in an SV. But then I got attacked by a frigate, or a destroyer, right? Sure, the SV was able to take out a frigate, but it wasn't able to take out a destroyer. And now you've got dreadnoughts flying around. How the hell is an SV, and I'm in the starter system still. I could have warped to that system in an SV. So how was my SV supposed to take on a dreadnought? I can't. The only thing I can do is run. So, you know, you can take your time all you want, but the threats are out there now, and the threats are bigger. Right? The worst thing I had to worry about when in the last game before the dreadnought came in was a destroyer, and I'm pretty sure with a little bit of work and finesse, I probably could have taken it out with the SV that I had. So that's plausible, but there's no way I can take out a dreadnought with an SV. No way that I can think of, right? Unless I'm willing to battle for like hours, and even then, one small mistake and I'm dead. Not just dead once, dead several times. So you keep the threat is increasing. The tools that we have to deal with those threats are disappearing, right? Because Zeno is not so easy to find. Resources are spread out more. The only real caveat now is trading. Trading is become the way to be able to get what you want. You want that big ship, you're gonna have to go and trade for it, right? So to coin a phrase, the meta of the game has changed. And I don't know. I take the path of least resistance, right? I don't want to go out and mine for hours. I've done that. I've been there. It's boring, right? It's relaxing the first couple of times, but it gets repetitive. Well, what do I do? Just fly around and mine asteroids? Or just go around collecting stuff from auto miners? How long until that becomes boring? It's not going to take long, right? So, what do I have? Combat. And again, I find combat in a ship that is capable, exciting, and enjoyable. Like, I don't mind fighting something like a big dreadnought, or not a dreadnought, but a destroyer or a frigate in an SV, where it takes me 45 minutes to take down an SV. That, for me, is rewarding. But a dreadnought in an SV, that's just suicide. That's not rewarding, right? So I have to build a capital ship that can at least keep up with it. And it's not playing by the rules. So if I play by the rules, I'm going to end up doing that 45-minute to an hour-and-a-half battle against a dreadnought. Right? And maybe, yeah, sure, I haven't tried it yet. It may be an enjoyable experience if I am victorious or if I'm not victorious. Right? It may be a challenge, but I don't know that. I don't know that yet. And I wouldn't be able to get to that situation without the trader, because all of the resources that I would need or want are now gone. Now, granted, even to go to the trader and do what I'm doing, I still have had to take on POIs, strip them out, get the resources to make the light armor. I could have done it by going and mining up the moon or putting auto miners in the moon, but that goes back to my whole point of that being boring, right? I enjoyed very much in the past building bases. With the size of the universe and the constant threats, and the lack of resources even in a starter system, I see no point in building a base. What's the point of building many bases? There's no point. I'm never going to come back to them to do anything, right? Just build my ship and go and live in space. And if I need repairs, apparently I don't even need a base anymore, because I can repair at stations. So that's eliminated the need for a base completely. Now, everybody's going to live in a CV, because you can just, if your ship is broken or your SV is broken, your SV you can repair on your CV, and your CV you can repair at a station. As long as you have the money, and in order to get the money, you trade. And you get resources. Well, I suppose the only thing that I would need a base for would be a deconstructor to get the resources back. But if I do what Gun does, just go through and salvage stuff with the multi-tool and get the resources that way, boom, I no longer need a base. Realistically, I don't need to build a base anymore. Base blocks are no longer important to me. Don't need them. Right? Because I'm going to live on the CV. There you go, even better. Deconstructor can go onto a CV. Right? A base is only going to hold me back from exploring the universe, and the universe is vast. There's so much out there. And even if I craved combat, what? I kill all the stuff within my own space, right? And then what? I have to move to a different space to be able to find new ships, because the ones that warp in, what, just despawn, and if they despawn, I can't get resources from them. I'm not going to battle 45 minutes for loot. Loot is neither for a POI nor for a ship. Loot after a certain time is no longer a strong enough incentive. The resources and material that the ship is made out of, that's the incentive, right? Whether I want to build something new or I want to do trading, that has become the incentive. And if I'm in a system where the enemies are warping in and they're going to despawn, I see no point in battling them at all. It's a waste of resources, right? If they're already in the system and I know that if I put a core in them, they're going to stay, and I can at least take as much as I want to take before I leave the system. Obviously, after I leave the system, they're going to despawn. But if I can at least get something from them in that way, then it's worth the battle. Then they started drifting when dead, so I couldn't loot them or fight them so long as with others they despawn. So I saw Gunn encounter that problem where he took out a Polaris freighter, right, and wanted to strip it down, and it kept on floating, and he just exited the game and came back into the game, and it stopped moving. But he was playing single player, so... Oh, you stopped fighting ships altogether. Well, that's a disappointment, because that's part of the pleasure of the game. But again, it's exciting the first couple of times, but if you're not getting resources from it, then there's no point, right? Even, I mean, if it's going to be floating in space, how are you even going to loot it? So even the loot is not worth it. Hey, LV, Captain Fantastic, I like that. Captain Fantastic. I'd like to upgrade myself to that. Yeah, but Zero Return is fun a couple of times, but it's not fun afterwards, especially if you're having difficulty finding resources altogether, right? If the trader in Reforged Eden, if the trader is not going to give you the resources, and you're going to have to go around mining. Imagine, you have to mine magnesium, erystrum, right? Iron, and all the other stuff that you need, or you're stuck on a planet with auto miners, which means you're locked in one place, which means you're not going to be able to travel that much unless you're willing to spend a whole bunch of pentaxid, right? You don't want to get locked down, but at the same time, you want to be able to afford to battle. You won't be able to do that. You'll be stuck in one place, right? Upgrade. You're immortal, so you're... Well, I've got all the time in the world until the next restart, right? Then I have to travel to a different universe, and all my work in this universe is then destroyed and gone. That's the biggest thing about restarting that I dislike. I spent hours building beautiful things, you know what I mean? Especially when it came to planetary bases, because they're built based on the terrain. I am not going to want to replicate a base that I built on one planet on a different planet. So that's even less incentive for me to build bases. The best thing I can do is build ships, because ships I can reuse. You know, and the only reason that I redid Pinky was because I knew that Doris and whatever ship is going to, SV is going to carry Doris, is going to need something bigger than the old Pinky. Right? So, what are you going to do? The universe is vast. About the Zirax keep popping in. What percentage of your playtime would you say you spent in survival? You're talking about me? I would say 95%. I rarely am in creative. Right? So, you think it's beautiful, but game developers say, no, let's update the game. So he'll stop this nonsense. My best advice to you, Go-Kart, go build it by the sun. Warp into a system and go Build it by the sun. You know, you can't spawn anything in, but you should be able to drop a core there. Drop a core there and build it there. Because nobody's going to attack you at the sun, right? See, that's why I have so different views when it comes to survival. Mine's probably the other way around. Yeah, but do you think that the developers that built the game for creative mode? Or did they build the game for people to play survival, right? They built it so they can play survival. Hell, a lot of the time that you spend in creative is building stuff for survival, Scarly, right? Well, currently, you could say that, LB, that it's not survival. Survival should offer you many possibilities and many ways to do things, because that's life. When you're surviving, some people will, go and become traders. Some people will become warriors. Some people will become scavengers, It should offer all of those possibilities and not favor one over the other. There should be asteroid fields that are empty in their description. Those should have empty POIs and OPVs. They don't build for survival. It's more fantasy and fun and just good creative time. I suspect that the developers are influenced by the playstyles of moods of mods and streamers, which mostly seems to be Reforged. Well, they don't really have any other feedback, do they? I mean, it's not like there's players coming into them and sending them videos of their gameplay or telling them what they want in the game. And even if you want to tell them what you want in the game, it's kind of a hard thing to describe in the detail that would help them actually make it real. And plus, you have the problem of 1,001 different ideas, different play styles, versus what's actually possible to do, given the structure and the foundation of the game itself. And, they did bring in some things from Reforged, like they brought in the minigun turrets for the SV. That's okay. But LB, Minecraft kept it simple, right? Minecraft kept it simple, didn't listen to what other people said, and basically left it open enough that they could say, hey, if that's the way you think it should be, make a mod, you know what I mean, and play on your mod. In which, I mean, obviously, Reforged Eden and Eden, they have done that. I don't think I've played that. I've seen it, but I haven't played it. Oh, is it farm ready? No. Alright, peeps. Well, unfortunately, I have a contract and must leave you and leave this discussion. So, as always, I remind you to take care of yourselves and one another, and may the Force forever be in your favor. This is Commander Black, signing out.
Authentication successful.